Hey, so what's up guys? So I don't know what happened with the walkabout video. Welcome to TSP TV, by the way. So I don't know what happened with the walkabout video. I think it stopped abruptly because I got to the time limit. For some reason it has a time limit on videos that you can record. So I did luckily manage to get myself to a Tim Hortons and piss before I pissed my pants. And oh my god, it was like Austin Powers when he woke up from I don't know if you can see that. There's the spliff going to spark up. And you've got my cup of Timmy's here, so I'm trying to get the sky and the sun coming out and the birds. Oh my god, the fucking camera fell over. So that is the trouble with this little cheapy tripod stick, selfie stick. It's not very stable. I did want to do a little video where we stop and have a spliff and have a little bit of rest before I do head back home. So we've been out for about an hour or so. Seen a lot of sights and sounds of Toronto. It was very, 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 very quiet in the heart and in the financial district, in and around Yonge Street, in just north of Dundas Square. It's a little bit more lively, but let me spark this spliff up. That's better. So a cup of tea and a spliff I thought was needed to give me a little bit of a break before I do some more walking. Crane's doing some stuff over there. Just trying to watch that as the stuff goes up in there. So I've got my cup of tea and a split. Thought I'd have a little sit down. And yeah, as I said, that video kind of ended a little bit abruptly, or abruptly ended, is what I was trying to say. There's a little springtime squirrel frolicking around over there. Don't know if you can see that, it's too far away. He thinks he's Morrissey. Look. He's listening to a charmless man. Oh god, I fucking spilt my tea. Never mind, but let's put the camera up on my lap. That's probably a little bit better thing to do. And there's a lady with a dog out for a walk. And this is Yonge Street is just there. These are the backs of the houses and businesses of Yonge Street. And this is one of these little kind of quiet little parquettes that they have here in Toronto. There are some benches and stuff you can sit down on like I am now and have a cup of tea, or you can take your dog to walk. And it is getting a little bit warmer. The sun still is threatening to come out, but it's not quite 5 o'clock yet. It usually comes out every day at 5 o'clock. So I got myself a little green tea. And I only got that just so I could use that pisser. And pretty much the only person in the Tim Hortons. So there's a little doggy just walked by, bless him. Nice furry guy. Hello. So yeah, some folks do come out here and walk their dog around. Give you a little, there's a little back alley there, some in a play area just behind. But this is still pretty close to like university campus, so maybe that's why there are so many people out. And there's another lady over there walking a dog. Hello. So yeah, people do come here and walk their dogs. My spliff's doing a sideburn, so I figured I'd just smoke a little spliff and a cup of tea, and then we'll stroll on up towards Broad Street, and I'm going to get the subway back home to conclude this little out and about expedition in downtown Toronto. There's a squirrel there. Can you see him on the tree? I don't know, still too small or too far away. The zoom isn't good on this camera. Well, it is, but I've got my hands full right now. So as I was saying, guys, I hope you enjoyed that little walkabout that we did. And as you can see, there was a distinct and obvious lack of pedestrians and traffic in parts of the downtown core. The main tourist attractions were all closed up. Nothing really going on in the eating centre at all. Although there were a handful of folks about, there wasn't nearly enough. And there's another Japanese or Chinese dude wearing a mask and make sure his hair's looking good. See him flicking that. He's wearing his little short pants and no socks. And bet he hasn't got. Bet your bottom dollar is Adidas and laced up right. Nobody seems to lace their Adidas right these days. But anyway, that's a little pet peeve of mine. And wear a nice pair of shoes actually, but yeah, I think he purposely walked past to make sure we were on there. He got himself on the screen and tell all his friends he was just on a video. But anyway, folks, like I said, I'm just going to smoke this spliff and we'll can recommence with our walk. Although I'm almost feeling I need to piss again, so I might just leave the tea. Or I might even just end this. Bless her, she's got a big pump bottle of hand sanitizer. There's a skip the dishes. I keep threatening to go and just jump one, beat him up for all the fucking headaches that Skip the Dishes and Foodora give to me, and just sort of as a message, even though he may not have ever come to my restaurant and given me the grief himself, he's just the middleman bringing the food to the customer. But you got to send a message out sooner or later. You got to, they send one of us to the hospital, we send one of them to the morgue, kind of thing. So anyway, we didn't do that today, but maybe in the future. I wouldn't record it anyway. That'd be far too incriminating. But yeah, I do need another fucking piss. Oh my god, my old man bladder. So definitely not going to be drinking any more of that tea and jumping on a subway, because that's not going to be any fun. Although I think at Broad Street there are, because that's one of the things, the subway stations here in Toronto don't have many public conveniences, and I think they do that on purpose to keep homeless folk in that out of there during the colder months here in Toronto. But it is a little bit inconvenient, certainly. If you're a mother with a child and stuff, there's got to change a diaper. There's no real facilities on every single subway station, so a little bit of an annoyance. But we will be heading up towards Bloor Street, just finish up, do another little bit of part 2 of this walkabout, and say goodbye. And there's a guy out the window looking at his phone, having a smoke up there. I don't know if you can see. I don't know if he's filming me, filming him. But I will have a little sip of me tea just before I go, and hopefully we can make it to Bloor Street. So that's my spliff finished. Most of the tea went on the floor anyway, lucky enough. And as there ain't no trash cans, I'm just going to leave it. Someone will get it later, I'm sure. So off we go. So as you can see, this is a nice little parquet, and I actually did get a bit of a sweat on. God, look at all those pigeons on the roof. That's pretty cool. I don't know if you can make that out there, folks, but carrying on, these are some of the more newer high-rises going up. These ones here definitely are new. That one there lights up, I think, in the night time. But yeah, look at all the pigeons up on the roof there. It's like every pigeon in Toronto is hanging out. Maybe they know something we don't. He's got a bit of a swollen throat. Maybe he's got pigeon COVID. So another reason I am going to do this is another little Aztec moment coming up for you just in a minute. There's a water fountain. Should we risk it? No. And that's something I saw going around today. The COVID challenge. Will you lick a toilet seat? Well, I'm not sure how you would get COVID from a toilet seat. It's supposed to start in your throat. Alright, it's a car, don't get run. Another Asian girl with a mask on. So it seems to be prominently Asian folks. Sorry, I'm burping. There you go, baby P. Can you see that? Upper brass. Total nude. Female interactive dancing. And that's the back entrance. There's a front entrance and a back entrance. Always remember the back entrance, folks. It's a cute little place there. Wish. Some of the back alleys here of Toronto. That Shoppers Drug Mart looks as though it might be closed up. Either that, oh no, it's open. Some folks are going in there. So I say usually you see folks in there, and you'd think that like pharmacies and stuff would be open around at this time. More bubble tea here than in China, I think. There's another little Dollarama over there. Personal support worker. Couple more masks. Oh my god, yeah, Chick-fil-A's up here. When this opened in Toronto, there were lines up around the corner for blocks and blocks. Little tacky shop there. But yeah, when Chick-fil-A opened here, there was a line up around the corner, and there were protests. The LGBTQRXYZ community come out because apparently the owner of little rooftop patio up there. But the owner of Chick-fil-A, he was a little bit xenophobic. Yeah, so here's the brass rail, look. Totally new dancing. That's for you, Aztec. strip clubs. So you know where the red light district are and where the strip clubs. There's another little Asian marketplace. Everywhere, Asian places. 3 for $7.99, 2 for $9.99. Oh, but that's a big pack. Yeah, just looking at the ramen. I wonder if they'd sell those little things that I've been testing recently. The little pig buns. I don't know what I'm showing you there. What's that? That looks interesting. All those grape things in there. Maybe one day we'll have a little look around, but I'm still shy about going in places. Pizzola's still open. Wheel Trans. Come on. Let the car go. Yeah, so there's Chick-fil-A and nobody's here today. So that's very interesting. Oh, it smells good. There is absolutely no one in the Chick-fil-A today, and that's what I'm saying. That when it opened, the lineup was round the corner. You couldn't. Couldn't get in for love money. There's a couple of hours waiting for your sandwich. There's Chick-fil-A, the original chicken sandwich. I've never ever had it actually for some reason. I've never really appealed me. We are open, carry out only. I was trying to see how much they cost. But anyway, there's some more construction, some more buildings. Sun's still trying to poke his head out. As we do come up to, this is where we were heading, Yonge Street in Bloor, shops on Bloor 1, subway there. So yeah, there was last time I was here, there was buildings, now there's just holes and cranes. Another guy sleeping in the thing there. So I'm guessing maybe some folk are starting to get out of work. There is a little bit of traffic on the street. This is really bugging me. See, there's a Swarovski shop, and that's what I was talking. Just behind there, there's a little bit of a fancy hidden neighbourhood. There's another Hudson Bay building and store. So this is Yonge Street in Bloor. This is one of the few crosswalks in Toronto, but we're going to be going in here to get on the subway and heading home. Actually, you know what? We're going to walk into a Bel Air and get the subway down there, because there's a little bit of swanky stuff around here. We're out and about. Oh, look, we've got 7, 6, 5, 4. If we don't get there by 1, the world's going to die. 2, 1. Yeah, we made it. Kind of good enough. Anyway, Coco Chanel. So yeah, this is turning out to be a little bit of an extended walk around. So there's another Jack Astor's there. The Hudson Bay building. Can you see there? Very, very tall high-rise, and I say it's becoming more and more vertical. You can kind of see down there. That's where we've come from, and it's actually saying I've got 15% battery. So hopefully we can finish this little short section of this part 2 of the downtown walkabout, and then I'm going to head home. And we'll see you all there. City of Toronto. Trucks out. So we're going to go and walk around the corner and show you a little bit of a fancy, sweet part of Toronto. Not many tourists would probably come to. Certainly if they were only here for like a couple of days, it's very unlikely that they kind of go off the beaten track, as most people who are tourists do tend to follow the tour guides somewhat. So a lot of construction work going on. There's one of the older police cars, the old Crown Vics. They've got new ones now, they've got Dodges. So here we come. There's some more tall buildings going up. That lights up at night. Big hole in the ground. Pretty sure that's where another big. There we go. Look, that's what's going up here. As I was saying, it's becoming a vertical city. So this is a little bit of a fancy area. Fine jewelers and stuff. You'd come down here to get your diamond rings or engagement rings. And there's some pretty fancy little boutiques. So we're probably going to keep walking down and cross over here. Cumberland Terrace. Not much at all. The salad and wrap place is closed up. Yorkville, that's what it's called. Yorkville, not Bel Air, Yorkville. So yeah, Yorkville, folks. God, I don't know why. That's the weed shop, I'm guessing. They're lining up outside to get their weed. Not like me, I get it delivered. The Pilot, Flight Deck, Stealth Lounge. Have no idea what that's all about, but yeah, Yorkville. God, it shows you how long I've come down here. I forgot that. The Gaming Hobby Lounge, that might be a cool place to look around at another time, so you can see some more fancy condo buildings. There you go, Beepin. That sounds a little bit more like the city we know and love, or say love, know and tolerate. So it is a little bit chilly still. My hands are starting to get a bit cold. It's song and script to music, they're open. And this is another one of these little kind of indoory type places that you can kind of go in attached to a lot of these high-rise buildings, so that if you're paying, you know, $1 million for a one-bedroom condo, you want to be able to have your picture framing services right on hand. So Yorkville, my God, I can't remember. I didn't remember that, or I can't. And you can kind of see, I don't know, down there, into another little business below. Looks like a tea or coffee shop. Asia Arts and Interiors. Guessing that's how you would get in there. But yeah, this is Yorkville, folks. Bayville, Cumberland, and yeah, you can bet your bottom dollar that you're going to need some pretty fat stacks in your bank account to be affording these properties. But Yorkville is usually the area that when the TIFF, the Toronto International Film Festival, is on in September usually, this is usually where all the celebs and that kind of hang out, and some of these little businesses and restaurants host the after hours party. Not sure what that is down there. That looks a little bit new. Another little heart of downtown. So we were down there earlier, in and amongst those tall buildings. So we have had a quite long and lengthy walk today. I'd say it's going to be a two-parter. Some folks out and about walking. Lady's got her face covered. I'm not sure if that's for the virus or the cold. How are you doing? Now look at that. Seriously, ladies, ask me, if your boyfriend turned up dressed like that, would you just fucking slap him? Honest to God, what sort of gimp would wear that outfit and think that looks good? But that's what Borgo Umo, the professional tailors, looks like fucking Liberace rejects. He didn't want to wear them. Nice looking thing there. So I hope you enjoy that comedy. It's a bike share. So this is Yorkville, look. That's what I was telling you about. That is the distance of Yorkville. The residence or the proximity of Yorkville to where we are. And let me have a look. I'm trying to say, so we've walked all up here, and I think we come down here, I don't know, anyway. That gives you a little idea. We've walked much, much further than that, so there's some more very fancy looking buildings up there going up. There's a shopping mall, see what I'm saying? Bay Street shopping mall, you wouldn't know that that was there. And that would be taking you down underground to, you know, obviously the boutiques. Look, that's a snazzy looking old school barber shop with all the clippers and stuff. Probably cost you $1 a hair to get your hair cut there. So another big high rise going up. So this is it, Bel Air Street. That's where I was taking you. Fresh Prince of Bel Air. Some nice geese up on the, I think they're the same geese that you see at the Eaton Centre. That aerophomic, that's going to be inexpensive. You're going to be looking $300 an hour there, Aztec. I don't know if you can see it, there's a little one just above there. But this is Bel Air, Harry Rosen, look. All these pretty trees. This is beautiful at Christmas time, it's all lit up. Hello there. Cumberland Street, look. Nice little fancy bistro, bar, restaurant type place, closed. These little rocks here you see, people sit out and about. And have their lunch, have their tea. Like this lady stopped for a smoke. Pure and simple Motong Kung Fu tea. How are you doing? Kingsway Drugs. So yeah, it's very, very peaceful, and this is in the heart of Toronto, pretty much, not bang dead centre in downtown, but certainly a very vibrant place. But when you come around here, it gets a little bit quiet. And there's a fuel bar. As I said, we're just looking at the Harry Rosen over there. A couple of trucks. Hemingway's is a popular bar. I used to actually come here a lot when I first moved to Toronto. It was a little effort to try and mingle, interact and make friends, unsuccessfully, but I did have quite a few fun nights. one in which involved two Persian girls, maybe some substance. There's another nail spa up there, bikini house. And as I said, you probably wouldn't know this if you were coming here as a tourist unless you've done your research beforehand. So this is a little, as I said, bonus tour winners. There's lots of shops and stuff going in there. It's another little plaza and mall. This is a subway station I was talking for, and that's Hemingway. That's why I used to go to Hemingway's, because there it is, and there's a subway station just across the street. So we're going to stop it there at Hemingway's, but we'll come over here. Look, this is a village of Yorkville. Can you see that? Yorkville, and it says there village, Brooks Brothers. I'll just have a little look down there. See these rocks? Some of the goings on, some of the buildings and the trees. As I said, it's very, very, very nice around here at Christmas time. All these trees are lit up, you know. It's very, very festive. Almost looks like something out of a fairy tale at times. If I was young, we'd probably climb up onto the top of these rocks. Should we try? I don't know, I can almost see us falling over. But let's give it a go. Here, dares wins, as Del Boy used to say. It's actually the SES's motto. So yeah, look, we did get up onto the top of this. And get a little bit of a zoom around. So some of these places have rooftop patios, and that's Hemingway's just there. You can kind of see behind the X. And look up at some of these tall buildings. And I don't know if that's a residence or part of the building up there. We're looking at that little balcony. But a lot of these places up here in the summertime, this is a very, very cool place to come. There's a lot of life going on in this little square, and vibrant rooftop patios. Interesting place, but as you can kind of see today, very, very empty. Not many people around at all. So guys, let's get the skyline. That looks about the best thing to finish up this video on. So I hope you've enjoyed this two-part special walkabout downtown streets deserted special. See, there's a bunch of folks outside. That's Danny's. I can't remember what that one is, but yeah, anyway, back to it. What I was saying, hope some of you guys have really enjoyed this two-part special downtown pandemic walkabout streets are deserted special. Caution falling ice, it says there. Hopefully we'll see you a little bit later in the live show. And leave your comments and thoughts below what you think about this. Thanks a lot for watching, Thrift Fam. It is a shit video production. It is TSP TV. See you in the next one. Until then, keep it thrifty.